Happy holidays, community. We're remembering some of our favorite segments. Here's what's brewing today.
Low Rent Breakfast Club.
Knob in your mouth.
And Halle Berry. Hey. So get your cups ready for Minority Report.
Hey, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, community. It's Auntie Carell.
It's Auntie Dwan.
And it's Auntie Jarrell.
Hey, Merry Christmas, ladies. Like, it's actually Christmas Day today.
Yeah, it is. And happy holidays for those who don't celebrate Christmas.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Yes. So, I mean, thank you for spending time on your holidays with us.
Hopefully your family ain't driving you crazy.
Or maybe that's why they listen to us.
I was going to say, or that's why y'all listen to us today, because you need a little something that's going to give you a smile.
I know, that's right. They said, let me get away for a moment. And if you're playing this over the loudspeaker, I can't guarantee you we won't cuss and everything. So I don't know if you got little children around. This might not be the most appropriate thing, but maybe it is. I don't know.
It's a ho episode, okay?
There's a whole reason why we got an E in front of our podcast.
Start dropping all the different hoes like Ludacris. Doing hoe activities. Hoes are your friends. Hoes are your enemies. But yeah, it's weird that it's this time of year already. I don't know where this year went. I don't know how the holiday seasons are here. Like, I feel like we just did this episode.
For real. Honey. I'm telling you, like, 2023 was like a Thanos snap. Like, it just flew by.
Yeah.
Again, like you said, how we here? Don't even know.
Don't know, but thank you, God, I'm here, though. So.
Yeah, by the grace of God. Because, baby, when I tell you Sharkeisha whooped my ass, if 2023 was a name, it was Sharkeisha. Sharkeisha, no.
Sharkeisha. She's the girl that whooped my ass. Oh, man. But yeah, no, so community, hopefully you're safe and sound with family, friends, chosen family, and all that good stuff. So, during the month of December, we like to take time off to kind of rejuvenate as well. So this episode is going to be some of our favorite segments, like little just moments throughout the year that we thoroughly enjoyed. And before we even get there, though, even though this year was like the year of Beyonce, this year was the year of Dwan.
And most Auntie Char showed up and showed out. Okay.
Showed up.
Y'all ain't shit for
that. Demolished us all, even us millennials. She killed us too. She said,
look,
we ain't shit.
Beyonce said, move out the way.
Dwan needs space.
I honestly can say all of my best ofs were because of Auntie Char. Just literally.
Let's just. I haven't been served any lawsuits yet, so.
and like people be asking, like you be like cracking up. I'm like, no, literally, like I'm in the moment. Like this shit is funny to me. Hilarious. And the cool thing is, like, and I was telling Dwan when I was in New York a few months ago that it was interesting just getting ready for these episodes because like you go back and listen to episodes and you kind of forget certain things or whatever because you gotta kind of keep it pushing. And I was like, I actually enjoy our podcast. Like we're entertaining. It's like, shit, I forgot we said that. And I was like, listening back and I was like, listening to the whole episodes again. It was weird.
It is a little interesting how reckless we get in our conversation.
We? Call someone coonish?
Let me tell you.
You went after the white gay Republicans. You went after
as I should.
You went after Latasha Scott.
As I should.
Get some bayangs and pluck a guitar. You said Neo is the Stacey Adams of singers. You told Halle Berry she can't act.
Girl. It was. Let me tell you, you took the baton and ran with it this year.
Right.
Okay. Let me tell you, I felt like
shoot the club up.
I forgot about that. Yes, bitch.
I was like, oh my God, listening back to this shit, I was like, Dewan was on the loose.
And I stand on everything that I said.
Yeah. We know.
Stand on it.
We know.
Because I think it's important. I think it's important for the community to know that, like, this is not just like, this is not a personality that we are putting, like, I'm not just saying for myself, but like all of us, like, this is who we give y'all 100% us 100% of the time. So
seriously,
this
like,
ain't
if
an
you just
act.
having a regular conversation with Dewan, he probably would have said the exact same thing with the same affectation. And
remember back in September when you came to New York and it was me, you, Issa, Lewis, and Adam, and and Issa was like, "Damn, you yelled at me twice already."
Yes.
I forget what he asked me 2 questions, and I forget what one of the ones, but one of the questions he asked me, the answer was, it was like a yes or no answer, and I said no. He was like, "Oh, damn, okay." No confusion. Let's not be unclear. The answer was no, emphatically.
None. So yeah, so this was the year of Dewan, and I hope next year's the year of Dewan. Keep going, boo.
Look, I told you, I'm stepping into my spirit animal. This Dionne Warwick, baby.
That's right. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. And Bonita, but we'll get to that a couple of episodes later. But yeah, no, there's a lot of segments. We talk about a lot of things. We didn't do as much politics this year because we just needed a break. But 2024, as I said,
get ready.
Get ready because it's going to be one of these years. Obviously, we just got done with like election season, so maybe the first quarter we kind of calm back down. But I mean, it's just going to be another big year.
Nah, bitch, I'm doing a full court press. Y'all better be ready to mute me, unfollow me, all the rest of that stuff because we just there's just too much to lose. There is absolutely too much to lose for that man to become president again. And by that man, we're talking about Donald Trump. Okay, it's just I mean, you think about how many Supreme Court justices he was able to nominate, and just the first term that he able to do, it's gonna happen again. It's a wrap. It's just a wrap. I'm just letting y'all know it's a wrap.
Look, I already found my moving place. As soon as it gets in there, I'm not even waiting for the recount.
That's right.
I'm gone.
She said, "I'm going back to them Brazil menses." You know what? Exactly. We never asked you this, Dewan. Back in the day, we had an episode called "Patient in Rio." Were you patient, or did the patience run out?
I was very patient in Rio.
Okay.
I was very patient in Rio. It's honestly, if y'all looking for a juicy story, y'all don't come to Auntie Char because she was like definitely feeling her, like, you know, old lady granny panty vibes. I was just trying to relax. I ain't trying to talk to nobody. I ain't trying to like, I don't care what y'all wearing. I don't care what y'all doing. I'm trying to drink these caipirinhas and like chill the fuck out this year.
And yet alone hear my black ass and yo pictures like,
right. Ooh, same here. I was like, and I'll call her Jarrell out too. I'm like, ooh, girl. Okay. Peace sign, huh? I see him too. I see what I see. Both of them. Both of them. My patience is gone. I'm running out of my patience. Who said that? Jadakiss? But anyway, so all right, let's get to some of our favorite segments of the year. So we started off the year. Oh God, I forget the name of that damn show. What's the show with Claudia Jordan and all that shit? Like they started off the year hot talking about black men dating white man, whatever that show is. The one that TS was just on back in a few months ago.
Yeah, it's like the you know, the low rent breakfast club. What is it?
Oh my God, here we go.
They eating generic fruity pebbles at the crib club.
Right. Delicious rings or whatever the fuck you call them.
Dino bites.
Right.
Honey, even to the end.
We're gonna finish this year snapping.
He said, how many days left in the year? I got time.
Right, we got 1 week.
Look, we all gonna be on our deathbeds and we be like, that nurse with them raggedy bangs.
Honey. She said, I don't care if it's Christmas. All y'all can get the smoke. Not mad at it. But anyway, they were talking about why your man white and all this stuff, just a lot of black men, and they said doing the celebrities and things like that, or folks in high office and things like that, end up going to date a white person. And in this case, it was a black man dating a white man. And obviously, we're all in interracial relationships. So that kind of struck a chord with us because a lot of people like to think it diminishes us being black. So we had a whole little convo about that. So here we go. Why Your Man White? This is episode, if you're new here, by the way, episode 207. Go check out the whole conversation. We'll put a little blurb here, but definitely worth the whole episode of that one. And here we go.
Look, I ain't stressing today. Hey.
So I know we kind of just went off script though. We do got to talk about this because it was kind of a big hoopla thing on IG this past week. So and I forget the name of her show, Claudia Johnson on that Fox Soul show. Mm-hmm. Oh, TGIF, I think is the name of it. Mm-hmm. They were talking about, it's like her and Al Reynolds. Remember Al Reynolds, like Star Jones's ex-husband? That's gay.
Her. Yes, her.
And I think the other guy, his name is like Funky Deneva or something like that. We're talking about how, and let me get this man's name right too. Eric Russell, he became the second black gay man to be elected as a statewide official in the United States. And they were just talking about like, hey, they're like, yeah, black brother getting elected. Yeah, congratulations, blah, blah, blah. And then when he got sworn in, they saw his white husband. And so it was this big hoopla going on saying, why is it that every time there's a successful black person, they marry a white person? And they were kind of just going back and forth saying, like, is it okay for him to be with a white partner? Is it not okay? And all this stuff. Like, it was crazy. And like the comments that's where it really showed, like, the comments were insanity. The hosts were like, okay, given their, like, their 2 cents or whatever. Mm-hmm. It was the comments where people were really chiming in about how it's not okay and it's so deep rooted that, like, you're trying to assimilate and all this stuff. And I was like, oh my God. So then, of course, the community had sent the clips in the DMs. So we're like, okay, I guess we need to talk about it again because we talk about it consistently. It's our lives. So it's always talked about throughout the history of our podcast. Mm-hmm. But for this to be up, and that is such an issue, and that is such an issue, thinking that the black people that are marrying white folks don't want to be black and are trying to assimilate the white culture and all this stuff is so wild to me, because that's not it at all. It's like you literally fall in love with who you fall in love with. It's not like you just went out, I'm only dating white people. Like, that's it. I ain't dating nobody. That's not what
there are those that are out. There are those that are out there.
Yeah,
there are those that are out there.
That's a whole nother thing. And then maybe that's where this conversation goes towards.
Right. And it's hard. There are two systemic issues that are at play. I think number one, within our own community, black people to black people, we do not make it safe for black people to be themselves authentically. So we don't come out and are embraced with, black gay communities, because a lot of times people are coming out and like I came out in Maple Heights, Ohio.
Yeah.
There was like a black one bar in Cleveland that I had to drive down there 40 minutes to on the highway in order to get to. So a lot of people have a very similar experience where it's even within our own community, we don't make it safe. So, if you can't find comfort and you can't find connection within your own community, when you get immersed into the broader gay community, well, like we always say, speck of salt, a speck of pepper, and a sea of salt. Like, you one of a gazillion. So when it comes to hooking up and then dating and then locking down a relationship, proximity bias comes through. So, those two things are always in play. You've got like the scarcity within our own communities that don't make it safe for us to be ourselves. And then you have, when we get out and into the gay community, we're inundated with a whole bunch of white people, and very few black people. And that doesn't necessarily mean because you black that a person is going to automatically be attracted to you, personality-wise, sexually, intellectually, whatever. So I think there are a lot of things that are in play that pit against, the likely coupling of a lot of black men. I can't say whether all of those things have been true for every single person that has, rise to the forefront of media. But vast majority is not people running away from, let me speak from my own experience. I don't run away from being Black, and I don't run away from, my Black brothers and sisters. And one of the reasons why we even do this podcast is to amplify our Black voices and the voices of minorities within our community, because we just don't have the representation. So if we don't have the representation in media, what is it like in real life? And then you marry that with dating and coupling and hooking up and whatnot. Scarcity is a real thing in the Black community, unless you want to deal with DLs, and that's a whole other issue.
I am honestly, I'm very, very just fucking tired of the conversation, if I'm being honest. The truth of the fact is, why does anyone give a flying fuck who is fucking someone else? At the end of the day, relationships in general are hard. Point blank, period. Okay? And if you've been in a relationship, you automatically know that there are going to be communication errors. There are going to be times where you're going to have to, take the back seat. You're going to have to bite your tongue, etc. But a lot of people also don't realize that when you are in interracial relationships, and I'm not just talking about Black and white, I'm talking about different races, okay? There's also going to be cultural differences that are going to also make a relationship that much more harder as well, too, okay? I am tired of people thinking that, for instance, me being with a white European man, that I am choosing something that's easier or I am selling out. Because the truth of the fact is, I done left plenty of times. He done left plenty of times. We didn't came back, been like, good luck in your future, etc. I've even said on this podcast before, and Correct was in the group chat when all that shit went down. When I literally said, when I found Fizz, I was not looking for a white man. I was looking for Black love. I was specifically looking for Black love because I was tired of having conversations and having to explain myself and my cultural background and why I think and move the certain way that I do because of being Black. Okay. And at the end of the day, no matter who you are dating, being Black is always going to be who you are as a Black person. And there's no changing that. And the amount of real conversations that I have to have with my partner and how many times I have to remember I'm talking to someone who truly doesn't understand. So now my emotions, I also have to check, and I don't get to express myself in the way that I really want to express myself, has been tiresome, but it is well worth it. At the end of the day, mind your damn business and find someone else to love and go find your own damn business. It really does not matter who you date at the end of the day.
Yeah. Like, I feel sometimes when these conversations come up is with folks that have had multiple failed relationships. and again, relationships are fucking hard. So there's no point in the finger there because same conversation throughout. There's been many times
99.999% of all relationships fail.
I would get this damn suitcase and be out. Okay, you hear me? So, but it's just like, if people have been in relationships that have failed or are successful, everyone knows how hard it is. So to be shitting on anyone that has finally found love that hopefully is working sucks. Like that like point blank period. Don't care what nationality, ethnicity, what you look like, big, tall, small, in between. If you're going to shit on people that have found love, especially in the gay community where we already know the PTSD, the trauma and everything of it, of coming out and already feeling like we're not loved growing up in that, and finally have someone that really saying, Carell, I choose you. Jarella, I choose you. DeWan, I choose you. No matter what they look like. And you want to shit on that? Fuck you. Like, because that's ridiculous. Yeah. That's so ridiculous to me. And it shows the insecurities and the things that you haven't dealt with yet. It's deep rooted for you. It's deep rooted for the community. I get it. But it's really deep rooted for you because I've already started to work through a lot of that shit. And it's already having the conversations in our relationship. And it's going to be ongoing because, yes, there is cultural differences and things that in this country have put in our minds growing up saying we are less than. However, if you find someone that says you are not less than, you are my equal, we see each other, that is so amazing. So when I hear stuff like this, it triggers me a little bit. But then I'm like, you know what? I ain't got to prove shit to nobody because I know what we have and I know what I did what it took to get here. And it wasn't me saying, I ain't going to date no Black people. I ain't going to date no minority. I just happened to find someone that loved me too. And it was that simple, at least for me. So I hope people get that at the end of the day, it's love. It's love at the end of the day.
It's also the one thing that I do like about conversations like this sometimes, though, is it reminds me of just also how appreciative I am of my partner. Like it reminds me how grateful that I have someone, because there are a lot of people out here that don't have someone. And it's like, you know what? I'm going to sleep with somebody and you going to sleep by yourself.
And that's fine too. Like if you love yourself, first before you sleep with somebody that love you. Maybe that's what it is. But you said I'm gonna go sleep with my man, and you're gonna go sleep by yourself, ho. Next segment.
I do find it ironic that this is a topic of conversation when, again, we within our own community don't make it safe for Black people to even come out. Like, how you gonna get mad? How you gonna get mad when so many Black gay the families and friends of Black gay people have ostracized them to the point where they hate themselves, to the point where they don't even really want to do anything with have anything to do with their family, anything to do with their church, anything to do with a lot of their friends, because they just want to be themselves. And so if they find themselves and they find themselves in a relationship with somebody that's not within the Black community, why is that an issue? Like all of a sudden, like damned if you do, damned if you don't. So damn because I'm gay, but if I'm gonna be gay, I need to be gay with my own kind, so that you can be happy. But you ain't sleeping with them. They could be horrible. Like what is we talking about here?
I don't know.
I just like to say, you can test how Black I am if you want to, but you would drown. You play with me if you want to. Play with me if you want to.
That's a word.
That's
a whole ass word.
I still nuck and buck, bitch. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Yeah,
Let's
go. At Afrotech, Jarrell did score higher than me for sure, but my DNA is fighting against my colors, my skin.
We blame that on Ancestry.com.
Let me tell you.
But and it just sucks that this keeps coming up in different formations, different iterations every so often, and then you just see our community shitting on the situation. And like you said, it's like, play with me if you want to. If you want to see Black, you're going to see Black, then hell. And then guess what? I'm going to go back to, in this instance, my white partner. My white husband.
And we've also heard the scenario, just take the gay thing out of it. We've heard the scenario in heterosexual couples where, there's a lot of Black women that are complaining there ain't no good men, and all these men that as soon as they get their come up, they go to a white woman or whatever. But, and I wish I had the study in front of me, but there were independent studies done on married couples, non-married couples, racial makeup, those that are same race and versus interracial and whatnot. And what they found was that less than 20 to 30% of all Black couples that exist out there in the world, not in the world, in the United States, between 20 to 30% of those are interracial. So this all narrative, like, soon as Black men get successful, all they want to do is get a white woman. That shit ain't true either. So it's like, who's pushing this agenda and who's benefiting from this? Because it ain't true.
I don't know. I love seeing any interracial relationship. Like, honestly, when I see whether it's a Black man or a Black woman with an Asian man, or a Latino person with an Asian woman, or like any races, I love seeing interracial relationships, because being in one, I just know that there's a certain amount of learning that goes on, and there's
willingness
to
learn.
Yes, and there's a certain amount, like, you have to, there's part of you that you have to humble in order to make a relationship like that works. And when I see people like that, part of me has been like, I can fuck with you because you understand how you have to that part, the obstacle. Okay. So I honestly I love it, but I will say this though, I also really do also love seeing Black love too.
Absolutely.
And 100,000%. And I want to also say this too, because especially when we think about like in media and like TV shows, movies, and stuff like that, you know, we only had so few options as far as like Black families and Black love, until like the recent maybe 15-10 years. Prior to that, you were very limited. And so at least and growing up in a family where I had a single mother, I also didn't have successful Black relationships growing up as a kid to really see. My grandparents were the only ones, and even then there were some hiccups and stuff like that happened too. Yeah. So there's a part of me that also loves seeing Black love because of the fact that there is already so much struggle for us that I love when we can also come together and we can not let our trauma be the reason that brings us together, but it can literally just be the advancement of us that really brings us together, So I also rock for Black love too. Like, it doesn't have to be one or the other. And I think that's something that a lot of people in these conversations need to understand. And I think to your point, Carell, when you said love is love, that's the only way people can really understand. It's not an either or. You can root for Black love and you can have Black love, but you can also reach across the aisle and you can also love across the aisle.
Yep. I think one part of rooting for everyone Black is trusting that Black individual, or rooting for anyone that's Black, brown, minority, is trusting that the individual is going to make the right decision for themselves to succeed and advance the culture forward. And I think that's part of rooting for someone Black. That's rooting for somebody brown. That's rooting for some, whatever it might be, minority group. And trusting that they've done their due diligence to vet out said human being that's going to work to the success of that relationship. Yeah. And I think once you kind of put that in perspective, it's just like, okay, I know Carell's going to vet out said human being because at the end of the day, he wants to be a successful Black man. And he's not going to choose, hopefully. And then sometimes you got to go through some obstacles and some situations to get there. But eventually, hopefully, if you get there and you marry someone or you're partnered with someone, whatever it may be, rooting for that Black person and you rooting for everyone Black also means rooting that they're making the decision that's going to push Black culture forward and Black, so at least that's how I feel.
And also like just this notion that just because, I'm Black mean I'm just like this Black person. Like we say, like Black people aren't a monolith, like we come in all sorts and like shapes and sizes and identities and experiences and all sorts of things. So just because this person, this gay Black man next to me is a gay Black man doesn't mean that we literally have anything in common. He could have a whole other different path that led to us, and we just simply as individuals, as people, just don't mesh. And that is okay. But that doesn't mean that, but because he's Black, I have to be with him. At the end of the day, I want to be with someone who is going to match my energy. Okay, match my energy and also push me and encourage me to be more than who I am. Because I'm not the type of person who is okay with just being who I am all the time. I thankful to my aunties over here. I've learned about feelings. I've learned about Anita Baker. I've learned about some things in my life. And if the people that you surround yourself ain't teaching you, ain't uplifting you, and ain't pushing you towards the direction that you're going, it doesn't matter the color of their skin, their sex, or how they identify. Those aren't the people that you should be surrounding yourself with. Point blank, period.
I know and I know we've kind of been on this for a minute. For me, dating someone that's half Lebanese, half Greek, there's cultures of stuff that I've learned from him that I don't think I ever would have learned. And if I was so closed off to just say I'm going to only date Black men, there's so much more to life that I'm able to share to life now because being with someone that culturally was different than I. Like we went to a Middle Eastern restaurant a couple of weeks ago here in Philly, one of the top like restaurants like in the city, fire. And I sat there and I was sitting there and I like was looking at the menu and I'm like, oh, I've had that. Oh, you've cooked me that before. Would have never probably had half those dishes. And I told him, I was like, thank you for like sharing your culture with me because I never had this before I met you. And I don't think I would have pushed myself to try as much as I have of just like Middle Eastern dishes and things like that if it wasn't for him. You know, and so it's just like sometimes we get so stuck in this stuff that I gotta find someone that's exactly like me and exactly my culture. That there's so much that, at least for I still believe in God, that God made on this earth that is so awesome and so dope that we box ourselves out and might be missing out on your blessing because you want to just because everyone else told you had to do this. No. Look,
let me tell you, I couldn't date someone like me. I couldn't date someone like me. I couldn't. I will say that I'm dateable.
I'm logging off.
But I wouldn't date someone like me. I wouldn't because I can be a lot. Okay. Hell, I am a lot. And I got a lot of ass too. And a lot of mouth. So at the end of the day, you're gonna get what you're gonna get 24/7. You know, and sometimes I don't know how to log off, I don't know how to clock out, and some people don't know how to deal. And I found me someone who is a little opposite me, brings the crazy energy like I do. Okay. But at a different frequency.
Yes, there's a little wackadoodle.
I love it.
He is. He really is. But he's a silent wackadoodle. And with the point he's like,
yeah.
Right. 100%. Them comments, them side comments.
Oh yeah.
What girl?
1000%. But again, it's just like that just goes back, like you found the person that it clicks. And so like you find that person that clicks and then you be like, you know what, however, comma, you ain't black. So sorry we clicking and sorry that you helping me grow. But since the community wants to say I can only date black, sorry ho. Like, no, that's stupid. So anyway, so community, let us know, what are you thinking on that subject? Like, because it's going across the interwebs and right now. Let us know your thoughts. What are we missing out on that potentially we're not even thinking on this perspective? And it could be opposite of what we're thinking. Let us know.
Totally.
So, yeah. I still feel the same way.
And like you said, mind your business. Stay out of mine. Go find your own.
Right. Tests are black if you want to. That's what I took out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tests are black if you want to.
Pull up.
Oh, this holiday season.
Look.
Pull up. Because, honey, if we learn anything, this is the year of fighting back. Because
honey, that's
2022 was if they go low, we go high. 2023 was if they go low, bitch, we taking them to
this
the
was
flow.
what 2023 was.
Yeah,
right here.
That's literally what 2023 was.
Come on, chairs.
1000%. 1000%. I live for it. That's why I felt like I was very quiet this year in the podcast, because everyone was just on my frequency and my vibe. And it was just nice to sit back and watch everybody else be like, beat your ass. Like it was just nice. It was good.
She's like, I don't even have to carry the energy. I don't even have to carry that energy. Everybody else, they step it up to the plate.
I was like, finally, everybody else made it to the party. Damn.
That's right. Dewan, what's one of your favorite segments of the year, moments of the year?
I would not be doing ourselves and this podcast and the community any justice if I didn't bring Beyonce back into the conversation as she should. And this year we had the opportunity to, well, I say we, but I mean just the two out of the three of us.
Just the two with them. I couldn't make it if I tried. Just the two of them.
We had the opportunity, Auntie Jarrell and Auntie Dewan got an opportunity to see Beyonce in Paris, which was, for me, the first time seeing a concert, a true bona fide stadium-sized concert out of the country. And it was Jarrell's first time getting over to the European nation of my homeland.
That's 23andMe.
My great 23andMe.
Yes. So this was episode 227, and this is on the heels of us both coming back to the States after having been hypnotized and rejuvenized and brought into the whole Beehive Renaissance experience. And take a look.
All right. Now to the matter at hand. Queen Bee. And I'm still debating, do I just take these headphones off?
I don't think we have to.
I want to hear it. So
I don't think we have to talk about like the set or anything, but I think we could certainly share a little bit more about the experience, right? Because I mean, the reality of it is that if you've been anywhere on the planet, you didn't seen like a gazillion videos already, and you can probably piece in your mind already just from like the stills of what was going on, let alone, you know, the actual videos and what you're going to get yourself into.
Yeah. Well, but even before we get to that, we got our own superstar over here because Miss Penny was in all the Parkwood videos.
Yes.
And that outfit 8. Period.
Look, let me tell y'all, when it came to that outfit, y'all, I honestly didn't have no idea. And it's funny, Carell, because you have been asking the question, what you wearing to the rent for months.
Yes.
For months now. And honestly, I was like, I don't know. But I was like, I'm just gonna keep shopping around and keep shopping around. And then I found, and I think the one I sent it to you, the 2-piece, like the suit part. But I was like, I don't know what I would wear underneath it. Because the options that I found, I was like, I'm not really feeling that. Then I saw that fucking like fishnet leotard, and I was like, bitch, that's it. That's what's going underneath. That's what's going underneath. And I was like, boom, got that. And then I saw the face mask, and I was like, oh, bitch. Yes. Definitely got to get that. And I didn't put any of the pieces together. I just bought them individually. I didn't even try the outfit on before I even left. I just said, I'm wearing this either way it goes. And at this point, there's no going back. And I didn't want to rack my brain trying to find the perfect outfit. So I just said, this is what I'm envisioning. I hope these pieces go together. We'll just throw it on when we get there. And baby, let me tell you, walking from like the Moulin Rouge area, because that's where my friend Matt Haynes was staying. Hey, boo. We got to the stadium early because they were doing like for Club Renaissance VIP, you get there from 2 to 4. And let me tell you, at 2:30 in the afternoon, at 2:30 in the afternoon on a Friday.
That thought, because we were supposed to meet up. We were supposed to meet up the day of. And she said, "Oh, I heard that they're going to allow us to get in there at 2:00. So sorry, we're not meeting."
She said, "I'll see your ass in the United States."
I say, look, I'm not trying to fight the kids in the club. I got the spirit. I'm ready, but I don't want to if I don't have to.
See, that's gross. That's gross.
So I literally said, you know what? It's Beyonce. If I'm gonna do this for anybody, I have to do it for Beyonce. I didn't come this close just not to. So at 2:30 afternoon to see me and my whole outfit and my bestie Matt and his pink outfit, mesh leotard and hat, walking around Paris on the metro in the middle of the day by ourselves. We ain't met nobody else for Renaissance yet. We just the only one. People like, who are these two bitches?
That's the fastest vision in Paris.
That's what I was expecting in Paris. Okay,
but this is also the difference between Paris and New York, because you could have been doing the exact same thing in New York and would nobody give a damn. Nobody give a damn. But
look,
outside of New York, it's a whole different story,
honey. But once we got to that final train that actually got us to the stadium, that's when you can hear all the girls going to Club Renaissance or going to the concert. Because as we were getting on the train, all you hear is, yes, bitch, come on now. Come on, Renaissance. As we like scooting our heels, going to the train. And we're like, we're going to the right spot. We done found our people. Absolutely.
Here for
but
it.
I was in them hills for 8 motherfucking hours.
I don't know how you did that.
Honey, it was the first and the last time. It was the first and the last. Okay, I'm lying. It's not the last time. But I learned from the first time.
There we go.
I learned from the first time. Bitch, my feet were hurting so bad at the end of it. I couldn't even feel them. So at that point, they weren't hurting because I couldn't feel my feet. So bitch was just like, she found her stride. She didn't found her stride. She was like, walk. I'm ready.
That's when you gotta keep them kitten heels in the pocketbook.
See, this is shout out to Babe, because Fizz bought my boots to the concert and his seat. So once it was over, boop, kicked them bitches off.
Period.
Kicked them off. But the concert itself, though, was amazing. Honestly, the mic was on. She performed fantastic. I will say, as a Beyonce fan, it's not the same as Formation.
No.
Okay. But I will say, you still have this level of technical like excellence that you just know no other bitch on this planet is serving.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell that wasn't something that was just thrown together and just placed on a tour. No, that shit has been thought out for a while. I'm talking about every detailed was talked about, discussed, and etc. Like, it was just clean as fuck. You just sit there and you're like,
it's like, this bitch.
What's higher than a professional? Because this is.
You know, we talked about before you left, like, the cost of the tickets, and although they weren't in Paris, they weren't at nearly as expensive as they are here in the States. You see exactly where that money went. It's this is not one of those situations where it's like, oh, you're paying these exorbitant amount of prices and you getting up there and it's just Beyonce on the stage singing like Adele. Like, no, this is production. No, that's not a shade and that's not a read at all. It's just, you see where that money is going. I'm telling you, the visual display and the production value and the concepts, they were like next level. Like, truly next level. Like, I remember there was a point and I'm just like, okay, I had taken an edible right before it started. So I'm like, I want to be on the moon. I want to be on the moon, by the time this thing gets started. And I remember this, looking at the visuals and I'm just like, wait a minute. Is this the Matrix? Wait, is this the bitch? Is the fucking Matrix?
Girl.
But it all made sense. And like the visual display that you like, the way that things were woven in, like the amount of, there was like this futuristic slash, what are they called? They're not like witches, but they're like, spiritual goddesses or whatever that civilizations worship and whatnot. There was like this combination of technology and spirituality that was woven through the entire concept, the entire concert experience, that although she's singing her songs and performing and dancing, there's this visual display that's going on that's like, this is next level. Like when Jarrell says that she thought of every single thing, it's not just like the performance and the outfits and the musicality and like what you see on the stage. It is the entire mood in the entire space. Like, it completely transcends you out of like, I'm at a concert to you're having literally like a spiritual experience and you getting your freak on. Like, it's wild.
Ooh.
It was honestly, it was everything. And Carell, you're gonna love those remixes, bitch.
I know I am.
Bitch, I literally told Jawan, I was like, the remixes that she does and when she's doing her costume changes, I could just, those alone was just everything. Okay. And then there was some songs that she performed where she had a remix of something else in there too. Like, I was like, damn, I never thought to put this song with Blow. I was like, and it was just enough of a remix to be like, yes. And then she took it away. You're like, oh, fuck, bitch, I wrote this. This is so good. It was, she played with you. She really, like she thought about how you were going to feel.
Yeah.
Everything. When you hear all that shit.
Question for you. So, like, we asked before you guys went over there, the song that you were most looking forward to hear. Did it give you the life you needed, or did something else be like, no, bitch, actually it was this, and this took me all the way out?
America Has a Problem was dope. I mean, it was good. It was good. But bitch, we got Blue Ivy to move out the way. Bitch, I was like, come on now. And that was it. And then she did the remix with My Power and brought it in. Like, this is my bloodline. And all of a sudden, Blue Ivy came out. We were like, bitch, that's your bloodline, bitch. Like, that's my kinfolk. That's my skinfolk. You are absolutely fucking right.
Damn.
Bitch. That part just hit me to the moon. Everybody was in there screaming.
To have 80 to 100,000 people in a stadium screaming and cheering you on, like when Blue Ivy came out, first of all, it broke the internet because that's all anybody was talking about for like 3 days. We were there.
I still talk about that shit. I'm like, damn, Blue.
And then to have so many people, like, cause she's what, 11, 12 years old?
11 years old.
11 years old. So, to have someone who's 11 years old, who their mother is not going to put them, like, this is not her mother's dream for her kid, because she'd been through that life, so, but Blue has been giving us all the inklings. You've even seen her at all these award shows and whatnot, trying to break out some moves, and the mother's like, keep that to yourself. Like, but she let her out there, and like to have 80 to 100,000 people cheering her on, like first of all, she's 11. You could tell that she was nervous, but she hit every single move like she owned it. This was definitely recital mode, but it's recital purposefully because bitch, she 11. But to hear the amount of energy and support from the crowd, up to 100,000 people that were just giving her all kind of support,
Everybody was
heart. Like the Grinch Who Stole Christmas, who had a heart that was that big and grew like 10 times. That's how it felt. Like your heart just got so full because you're proud for her and proud for her mama and proud for her mama being proud of her. It was next level. It was next level.
It's so the dream of ancestors coming to fruition. We have not seen for the Black community someone on the level of a Beyonce to let the next generation soak it up and still see that this is attainable and tangible on this level. Like, you ain't going below this level now. Like, go above what I'm doing right now. And like, we ain't never seen nothing like that.
I wonder if Blue Ivy brings her Grammy to show and tell. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when everybody else, you know what I mean? Like, she already has a business under her name. She already has writing credits under her name. She already has a Grammy under her name. She's already now performed in front of hundreds of thousands of individuals, if not millions, by the time this tour is going to be over, right? And she only 11.
And she a Black child, so she ain't gonna get too out of hand. We ain't gonna let that happen. she ain't gonna be like a Drew Barrymore or something. I was just wilding, or like a Paris Hilton and shit.
Yeah, we're gonna like, where your mama at? Where your mama at?
Listen, little girl.
Who child is this?
I don't care who you dance for.
Right. As a community, we will collectively make sure we will protect her at all costs. Everybody, her auntie at this point. But as far as like the song that I was expecting, honestly, like America Has a Problem delivered, but each section had a whole different kind of energy to it. It's hard to like because there were 6 different acts, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. And
each one just has its own energy, its own energy. So when you go between each ones, you're like, I don't got nothing. What's next? Like, you're just tired. You're like, you were just on a high on the other 3 songs. I'm like, I'm glad you're giving me this visual break, but this visual break is scalping me too. So I'm not really getting a break. Like,
I'm gonna say honestly, every single song was a brand spanking new experience. So it was hard to even be like, oh, I can't wait to hear I can't wait to hear X song, because like every single song was a new song, but it was the same lyrics. So you got like the whole experience was just like, I keep saying it. It was just next level. Like, I can't even pinpoint a specific song that was performed that I was just like, okay, that was the song of the night.
Were you glad that you changed your seats to where you changed them to, DeJuan?
Oh, bitch. I got a picture from where my sister and her boyfriend and Fiznik were sitting. I would have been so heated. So heated. I would have been like, man, fuck this concert. I'm going home. I would have been. Oh
so
my
low
god.
vibrational.
Oh my god.
But here's the truth of it though. Like, because it was so good, like you want it, like, get
You
as
want to
close
be
as
in there.
possible.
Yeah,
You want to be in it. Like, I'm grateful that we were in Club Renaissance because it was a whole experience. I'm so glad that I got that close. But I told Dewan the next night when we had dinner, I was like, she might be a seat girl now. Like, I might need me a seated ticket going forward, because
nope.
I waited 5 hours before the concert even started.
It was the shoes.
It's definitely the shoes.
That's what it is. Like,
I want to say it was just the shoes, but it was just the sitting around on the ground for 5 hours, holding on to my area so I could be that close to Beyonce.
And you know that leotard was all up in the booty too. So just scraping and everything.
Girl, that and the thong was just right up in there, bitch. Right up in that hole.
5
That's
hours.
why I had me an edible too, so that way she couldn't feel it that much.
Yes.
And let me tell you, that the red bag that I had too, bitch, that was my lunch bag, because I had me 2 sandwiches in there. I had me a granola bar in there as well. I had me. I sure did, bitch. Girl, I had me 2 sandwiches. Girl, look. I really did. Let me tell you, because I was determined. I said, I'm gonna get a spot by this damn fence, and I'm not moving.
I know that.
So to make sure, I need to make sure I have me some food, because we left at 2.
Yeah.
So the concert wasn't over till 11:30.
Yeah. 3 hours.
And I'm not missing no meals. So.
And Beyonce said, I'm my own damn opening that bitch.
Girl.
How about that?
And rightfully so.
Honey.
Girl. It was funny though, because we were she had to shut us down when we were singing Love on Top. She's like, all right, y'all, enough. Y'all keep going.
Went 3 stanzas.
I'm gonna hit every key change.
3 whole stanzas of Love on Top.
Girl.
I'm saying. Like people always say, oh, well, Beyonce doesn't have all the number ones as like a Rihanna or a Taylor, and her records aren't as big, and after Single Lady, she's not maybe as mainstream. Go to a concert of Beyonce's, and everybody knows she's on a different level. Nobody else is doing this on this planet. So fuck all the billboards, fuck all of that, because your favorite's favorite is that's their
Beyonce.
favorite.
Well, this is really how you know that Beyonce's on a different level, because that kind of stuff doesn't even matter. Like, the accolades don't even matter. This woman, because of her creativity and the fandom that she has, is slated to have the highest grossing concert tour of all time. And people are coming away feeling like just like this. Like, it was a transformative, like, incredible, like, you got, no matter how much money you paid or didn't pay, you got your money's worth.
Yeah, you really did.
And
1000%.
And at 3 hours, she didn't even barely,
whatever that means.
And at 3 hours, she barely touched like her catalog. Like, if you think about, like,
that's
like,
so
there
true. She barely touched it.
So many songs that she didn't even touch on at all.
That's the one thing I haven't done so far. Like, at this point, I've seen a decent amount. I still haven't seen like a full video, but you're just scrolling and there's something popping up. Right. But I don't know the full set list still, and I don't want to know the full set list.
Yeah, it's out there. They posted it.
That.
Yeah.
And so I know some of obviously the main stuff. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But I've only maybe seen 7 songs. So so I'm glad on that piece.
I mean, honestly, like, it's, to Dewan's point, she barely did anything from Formation, from Beyonce. Like, there are still so many songs that we all know and love from her that she didn't even touch. Didn't even get near it.
I'm here for it.
She said, skirt.
So we're gonna see what she does if she
Can I
the
just give a
American
shout out?
leg.
Let me just let me just give a quick shout out to Fizz because he was my buddy while this one was out there gallivanting around Paris in her high heels and thongs. And we sat down in Monsieur Georges and drank fucking champagne and ate macaroons for the entire afternoon and got drunk on fucking sparkling champagne and
And
just
sugar.
and sugar.
I could eat every macaroon in that fucking city.
We took a
I didn't
macaroon
have
making
a single.
class.
I didn't have a single one while I was there. But let me tell you, bitch, I had is it called like a beignet? Right? Is that how you say it? A
Beignet.
beignet?
Mm-hmm.
Bitch,
Yeah.
I will fuck for some beignets. I will fuck somebody for some beignets. I will. I looked at Fizz and I was like, baby, I love you. But if anyone was like, I'll pay you, and then
you know they make them in New Orleans, right?
Girl. And I ain't been to New Orleans.
They good there.
So
yeah, they good there too.
I ain't been. When I tell you it was like soft and just
The
child,
sugar.
Nobody
Yes,
makes
child.
pastries like the French make pastries.
It's
Nobody.
true.
Honey.
True.
The amount of pastries that we had, we didn't go overboard because I don't do.
And that's shade to your grandmama too.
Huh?
To all the black grandmamas out there, that's shade to your grandmama.
Let me tell you, like I don't do a lot of bread, so we didn't do a whole lot of pastries. But the first Airbnb we stayed at, that there was one on the corner from our Airbnb, and it had won like the best like bread in Paris for like the last 4 years. So we lucked out like with the prime spot. Bitch, that shit was so bad. I was like, oh.
Yeah, they know how to do bread.
I'm definitely gaining some weight. I'm definitely coming home bigger than I got here. And then we had we had some of this out of France. Bitch, it was a wrap. It was a wrap.
But you know what? That food, even when you eat pastries and you drink a lot and you eat a lot, like when you're overseas, their food is different. It's made different. Like in the US, there is so much sugar that's baked into. There's sugar baked into our flour. Like, so when you're baking your bread, and it already has sugar already in it. So like a European individual that comes to the US and eats the same diet here in the US, they gain 25 pounds every single time, eating the exact same thing because our food is made different. So like I always go over there and I eat and drink and I eat and I drink and I eat and I drink and I come back and I'm like, not much different.
Still snatched.
Must be nice because that was not my motherfucking experience. Let me tell you, a bitch was eating. A bitch was eating, and she was eating. But I will say this though: next time I go, bitch is bringing me a little thing of Tabasco. I'm bringing my little to-go salt and pepper because the lack of seasoning, honey.
Ooh, damn,
girl.
They need a little black love.
Well, I don't know what kind of meals y'all were having, but I know when we all got together for dinner, the food did not need any additional seasoning.
Yes, that place that we went to, that faux whatever people call it place, that was actually pretty good. But to be honest though, y'all was eating some spicy ass shit, so y'all had some seasoning up in it.
Right.
Okay, so it's already seasoned. But my point is though, when you go to regular French places, that was not a regular French place. That was an Asian cuisine place in France, right? There's a difference. If you go to a regular French restaurant and they send you like something with some chicken on it, that shit don't have no seasoning on it.
That is true. I do remember there were a couple places where I was like, you know what? Can I get the salt shaker? I do remember that. That is true.
Yeah.
I will say that I have not been to those kind of places.
Well, they exist.
They there.
They there. And most of it's that way. Most of
they are there. I'm like, I'll pay how much for this? That is true. That is a bad statement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm super happy you guys enjoyed yourself. I genuinely am. I was looking at everybody's Instagram. I was like, oh, y'all having a good ass time over there. I'm like, damn.
I love it. I love it. And that was my first time too. That was my first time going to Europe, like you said, but also my first time going to a big concert like that overseas as well. And I've said it a couple times on the podcast, and I say it again, and I tell everybody, I don't think I'm ever going to concerts to that level ever again here in the States, especially after these prices. Like, I'm now want to go and travel the world and see like these performances in different places because it changes the whole experience on top
It
of
really
that.
does.
And I do want to also add too, because when it was rumored that she was going to be announcing her tour at the beginning of the year, we were talking about if we gonna see her, and I looked at I have to pull up the episode, but Carell and I were both like, "Oh, I don't know if we're gonna be able to see her twice." And
We
sure enough,
found a
bitch, we
way.
did. We found a
Found a
way.
way.
And Dewan was still 10 toes down. No, I'm seeing her once.
She said,
He
"I'm
said,
good."
Once, and that's
I'm
it.
seeing her once.
Yeah, it might not have been
And
Atlanta, the second one that I saw, but at least it was New York. At least it was
and
New York.
and let me reiterate, because if you're going to a concert in Paris, I'm not going back to Stade de France. I'm not going back there because that exit
Ooh,
scenario was
Mm-mm.
ridiculous. It was
yeah,
so painful and so confusing. I mean, maybe now that I know that that's the deal, I might be a little bit more prepared, but
Mhm.
nah, pass on
Yeah.
that. Go see it
And then
somewhere
you
he
had
else.
says low
and you had
vibrational.
and you had it both ways because you had the traffic going in and
Yep,
you had it going out. So I know you were done
That's
done.
right. She showed up
honey.
late. So how you gonna show up late? Wait, you see that guy a few months ago that showed up late to one of the concerts, and then the cop took him out.
Yeah.
Took him out the Renaissance store. So he got there like
Mhm.
right when she was about to be like Atlanta, Georgia, and he
Mhm.
was screaming. He was filming it, and the cop wanted him to get to the seats, and he was taking too long to get to his seats, and so the cop booted him out. So he didn't even get to see the concert.
I didn't see
Mm.
that, but she deserved that.
Mm.
You should have been in your seat, bitch. How you gonna
Get to your seat.
disrespect the queen?
Ooh,
Get in
that's
your
what I'm
seat.
saying. You're right. And Gerard, I got one last question for you. Would you still fuck for some beignets?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh,
Mhm.
that
I
was
think
so
about them
funny.
regular, actually. On a regular. Mhm.
Damn.
They were so
You go to
good.
sleep dreaming about them.
Girl.
Not the beignets.
It's like remembering your favorite knob in your mouth, right? You just can't forget it.
Favorite knob in your mouth. Damn. I like that. Even though like this is a remembered episode, that might need to be the title. Knob in your mouth. I know that's right. Yeah. All right, but what's your favorite segment and moment of the year?
Mine's, like I said earlier at the beginning of this, definitely includes Auntie Shar. And it was back
Oh
around
my god.
the Oscars. And we were doing the Oscar fashion review. And it started off lovely and Auntie Shar being like, I loved everyone. It was just, I saw so many beautiful gowns. And then proceeded to drag everyone, including the Halle Berry, by
The
saying,
Halle Berry.
she can't act. Girl, y'all just have to listen to this episode. I believe it is which episode number it is, because baby, I didn't already forgot.
Episode
But
215.
215. But y'all take a look.
Move on to fashion because we'll talk
Mhm.
about this all night. Let's see here. If I
Shout out to Tim's who said, I don't give a fuck, bitch. I'm in that hoe.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
all right. First up here, we had to start with Auntie. What we think about Angela Bassett here?
I love
Gorgeous.
it. I love it.
Gorgeous.
One of the things that I'll say,
Purple is a power color, and it just exudes who she is and what she brings to the table.
one of the things that I really appreciated about this year's Oscars, and for the most part, a lot of the award seasons, that we've seen a return to Hollywood glam and a lot of the like what people are wearing. There are these very classic shapes, but with modern twists in a way that feels so new and so fresh and so body flattering. And people of all different kinds of body shapes and sizes all looked phenomenal, from their color
Yeah.
choices to
Yeah.
embellishments to architectural moments and things of that nature. It it was spectacular. Like I was hard pressed to find somebody with an outfit that I didn't like, to be honest with you.
Oh, there's a couple. I'll get a couple of them. But
Okay.
Angela, fire. And you know, I liked that she kind of went more neutrals on the face, because like she's been like, Angela could wear whatever the fuck she want to wear and look phenomenal. And like her stylist was saying, we didn't want to put her in the same color twice, we didn't want to put her in the same shape twice. So this whole award season, she's been doing everything: yellows, black, purple, big hair, tiny hair, kitten hair. But this one right here, just perfection to me. Like, this is what you want to see out of your big stars at the fucking Oscars, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, good for you, Ma. Love, love, love. All right.
It does. Let me go back for just a second, though. If I
Uh-huh.
could just give a little bit of a read,
Ooh.
it does serve Mother of the Bride to me.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. Like, this is that mama that wants to let you know, even though my daughter is getting married, bitch, I still got it.
I still got it.
Yeah. She said, "I'll pay for this, hoe."
She said,
Right. She said, I'll pay for all of this, and
Right.
just so you know where this is coming from.
Right. So act like you got some sense.
And she said, there ain't no waist trainer underneath my dress either.
Huh. I know that's right.
Okay.
All right. We got to go to Halle Berry next. Because she don't came back. You know Halle Berry's always going to come up with a little sexy number.
Yeah.
What we thinking this year? Did she hit the mark with this?
I loved it. I thought it was like a very interesting take on like a Grecian goddess dress in a way, you know? And she's dressing for herself because she wasn't nominated for anything. So
that part. That part.
That was a... Not that she could have worn that at home, bitch. I clocked you, bitch.
Girl.
I heard.
Okay, first of all, let me just say, will y'all let my reads just be that? Y'all ain't got to embellish.
Let it
Damn.
go.
Oh my god!
I love y'all so much. Can't get away with nothing.
It's okay.
Girl, look, we your translators on this one, bitch.
Right? So weird. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't mad at it either. Like, I didn't know if I liked the roses on the thigh. I didn't mind them around the collarbone, but I was like, maybe she needed that there to weigh the dress down so it didn't show her putty cat. Because that slit is up there. Like,
it is
one little
there. Yeah.
It's gone. Make me feel good, Monsters Ball. What'd you think of Jarrell?
I mean, it was cute. I just didn't like the way it's wrapped around. It just in that little slant. It just I didn't care about that part. But next,
her hair.
Oh,
I was struggling with the hair if I liked it or not.
I thought it was I thought it was cute. Because again, she's not there to really. She's just getting out of the house, so she's like, let me get this size 7 roller set going. You know, let me put a little eyeliner on.
Why hasn't Halle been in no movies lately? Like, how is a talent
like
Halle Berry not getting? I guess so.
No, she was actually.
Like
you know who needs to take note?
She was just in this really good movie last year about like the planet, like the moon crashing or something like that.
I didn't watch that.
That was actually, I recommend it. It was really good. It was actually really good.
We need like a juicy role for Halle Berry again.
I mean,
you need like Halle Berry and Angela in a movie together. Somebody write that. Lee Daniels, why are you writing for Monique? Write for Halle and Angela.
Please don't, because she cannot act. I'm sorry, she cannot. Halle.
You don't think Halle Berry can act?
No, she can't. No, and the only reason why they gave her the Oscars because she showed her titties. So don't tell me.
I'm so done with you, Tawan.
I'm sorry. They tried to make her be a ghetto girl. How?
Can we get to the next outfit, please? For the sake of Halle Berry.
Oh, Halle Berry. All right. What do we think about Rihanna and her leather outfit?
I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. No shade, no tea, no nothing. Just, I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it too. It's Rihanna. Like, that's what I want for Rihanna. Like, she belly out everything. That's what I mean. It's Rihanna. Yeah. So I'm here for it.
It's what I expect from her. I think her performance looks better than her outfit, but that's just me.
Yeah. How do you think she's performed?
That's why I said I think her performance was better than her
Better
outfit.
than the outfit. Yeah, she
Yeah.
sounded good to me. I was like, go
Well,
ahead,
Yeah.
what I didn't like about her performance was her hair for sure. Because I don't know what the hell was going
Yeah,
on.
the
It
hair
looked
wasn't
like
it.
I don't know what
It,
that
it looked like
was.
they grabbed the wrong wig. They're like, damn, we grabbed the wrong wig.
You know that hair that hairstyle, that wig that they put on, like what was that character that Charlize Theron was? She played like a
Not
uh
Monster.
yes, that where it was like it's like the like backwards mullet or whatever.
No.
That's what it reminded me of, just in black. It was not hitting for me at all.
I'm so done.
But this was cute. This was too cute.
I am so done with you. All right. What do we think about Miss Janelle Monáe?
Everything. This was my favorite. This was my favorite of the night. Like,
Really?
Were titty.
Yeah.
Okay.
She
I thought
looks
her skin
phenomenal.
was like
And
butter.
that was
Her
the second
skin,
part.
oh my god.
That's what
it's
cocoa butter
gorgeous.
does for you right there. If cocoa butter had a Webster dictionary, it would show Janelle Monáe. Because that's what cocoa butter does. She looks so fucking good.
So damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm here for it. I love her. And I love this. I love this a lot.
All right, we'll go with your homegirl, Stephanie. How do you say her last name?
Stephanie Shu.
Shu.
Mm-hmm.
What do we think about her outfit?
This was underwhelming.
Yes.
It looked very like prom 1999.
I don't know. Did your grandmother ever have those little dolls that had the crochet dress that they put on top of the toilet paper?
I'm so done with you tonight.
You know what I'm talking about?
They went to San Francisco and acted a whole fool.
That's what it looked like.
This is West Coast Dewan, y'all.
This is West Coast Dewan tonight.
I mean, it's cute, but it looks like if you lifted up her dress, you would see a toilet paper roll underneath it. Like,
I'm done with
not
you.
the best.
You're right, though. Well, I guess that's a 2. What we think about Deny?
Okay,
Oh, don't do it.
I could not help but think of Homeboy from Hey Arnold, the black dude with the fro up top.
I'm so good.
That's the first thing I thought about. I was like, now y'all know.
I'm so done with y'all.
What I appreciate about her hairdo is that obviously it's an homage to indigenous women of certain regions of Africa. I don't know exactly which region, but I know that there is a reference to to African culture and in that style. And I love that she used this as an opportunity to showcase that. And I love like the shape of this dress. I love how hard that neckline is, but it also has the softness of the fringe at the top, and just the way that it cascades around her. Like, it looks if you could make a tuxedo into a dress, this is what that would look like for me. And I was here for it. And her skin was glowing.
Oh, that's another one. Cocoa butter all
glowing.
Yeah. I like the hair by itself, and I like the dress by itself. I feel like since the collar line is so dramatic and the hair is so dramatic, they're kind of competing with one another. I would have, if I would have wore this dress, I would have went back to like maybe my bald look or whatever, or had maybe a little softer dress or something, or maybe nothing with that hard of a collar line, and then do the indigenous hair.
Yeah,
that be the focal point instead of like these two so close to each other kind of competing, at least for me. But I mean, she's always gorgeous to me. Her skin tone is fucking amazing.
She's giving clavicle, she's giving arms. So
I mean, it's not a complete boot for me, but it feels like it's kind of competing with one another. Let's see here. In Community, this is probably an episode, at least this portion, you want to watch online, because it's hard to kind of tell what we're looking at unless you know who these people and what they wore. Let's go with Mr. Michael B. Jordan. It's a very like classic look.
Yeah, I wish that men would take more fashion risks when it comes to what they wear. to the Oscars. I feel like, like a tuxedo is so like played out, and I get it. It's like, I don't know if this is Tom Ford or, whoever this is that made this, but I just feel like,
tuxedo suit community. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
And I get it, because a lot of the people say, if they win, well, he wasn't nominated for something, so that's when you take the risk. Because a lot of people say, especially the men, say they want to look back 20 years from now and just say, "Oh, damn, why was I wearing a powder blue suit?" Or something like that. So I get it, but if you're not nominated, or you're with the chance of winning or something, I think that's the time to go to the Oscars and show up and show out, and then when you're nominated, maybe go this route and things like that is going to kind of stand more of the test of time. So I agree with you on that point, though.
I don't know. I have to say this though. Like, I understand men not taking a lot of risk in fashion, just because for men in general, there aren't a whole lot of options out there for those who identify as just straight men. Us gays will wear anything, everything, crop tops, sparkly and stuff like that. But if that's not how you identify or what pleases you, it is very limiting. Like, if you're not willing to step out that box, it is by itself very limiting in what you can wear. And let's be honest, I don't give a fuck what this motherfucker wearing, okay? The moment I see his black ass, I want to see him naked, okay? So I'm over here like trying to use x-ray vision and be like, take it off, it's too much, it's too much, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say it's a boot, because of the fact I just want to see him naked.
Yes. But here's the thing, Michael B. Jordan's one that's taken risk in the past, like wearing like the harnesses. Even his Vanity Fair outfit had that big ass like flower thing that was on the shoulder, shoulder of his suit. So he's known to take some risks. This one seemed a little too safe for me.
But I don't know. I think magazines, like doing photo shoots for magazines, is a whole different other risk than walking around and being in something all day. But you're right with the harness, though. I did like the harness look.
Yeah. You know who I thought looked great, and I don't know, do you have a picture of The Rock?
I do. Let's go to him. If I could see somewhere. There we go.
Yeah. Now this, in my opinion, doesn't do his suit any justice, because this reads more like pink, and when he was on stage, it read more champagne, and the way that it like just cupped his titties and all his like.
He did look good on stage.
He looked scrumptious. Looked like
this man could do what he wants to me.
Yeah. And this,
he called it ballet pink on the red carpet. He called it's ballet pink.
And I actually appreciate this, because this is actually taking a risk. It's a shawl collar. It's an exaggerated bow tie. It's a double-breasted formal suit. His pants are a little bit wider in the leg and whatnot, but they have a slight break at the bottom. It feels different, and it's not predictable, and it looks appropriate for the event.
Yeah. But Harry was the best male dress for me, though.
Harry who?
Harry Shum Jr.
Oh, I have him here.
Yeah. Yeah, he's right there on the left. I see him right down there on the left, all the way to the left. Right there. Yeah. I love this look. I love that there's the Asian infused, history behind it as well, too. And this is one of those things where we talk about where representation matters. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Like to make sure that you are showing up in spaces that don't often look like you and being your authentic self. And this is exactly how you do that. I appreciate this and love this 100% up and down.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do one more, because I want to get your reaction to Mr. Jonathan Majors.
He looked he about to play a slave movie, and I just can't handle it.
I can't handle it either, because he's been slaying the whole season. Yeah. And this what you coming to the Oscars with?
Like, he looking like...
And he's wearing white socks.
I know, I saw that too.
He had the Michael Jackson socks going. The shoes look like clown shoes. The vest is too shiny. I was like, John,
this is one of those suits that you get for your prom. When you go rent a suit, and they had a suit, that's got like
not Men's Warehouse.
Yes, honey. For $125, you can get you a tuxedo with some tails, because everybody.
And it's too late to get you the size down.
But you know what though? I think this is in part of the fucking internet and hating on him and dragging his masculinity for that Ebony photo shoot. If I'm being honest, I feel like this is because of that.
Because he's another one that I just want to see naked. Like, he ain't need to have no clothes on.
No.
He ain't need to have no clothes on.
He could blow a bubble up, but the other thing too, can you show Tim's? Because I really want to show Tim's. Tim's, I loved hers, but we have to talk about this. Before we end the Oscars, we have to talk about the photos of people behind, people looking behind, trying to see the.
Corey didn't know who Tim's was, and so when Jimmy Kimmel was doing that bit where he was in the crowd and you just see her in the background, Corey's like, "Who is that girl with that big ass gown on and nobody can see past her?" He's like, "I'd be pissed if I was at the Oscars."
But you know what though?
Leave her alone. She looked.
But
gorgeous.
You know what though? Like, there have been plenty of times when other people have done that to us. So like, if you listen, so you come into the Oscars, you know people gonna be wearing big ass motherfucking ball gowns and all kinds of things. So you shouldn't be coming to see. And if you can't see, that means that you aren't important enough because they didn't sit.
That's the part right there. That's the part. The people that need to be seen will have a seat where they were. Okay. So the people behind it, the only reason they got shown was because of the fact that she sat in front of them.
Exactly.
That's word.
So y'all welcome. Y'all better leave
Tim said, I put y'all on. She said,
honey,
I showed up and put y'all on because now people know your face because of me.
She said this song is called Lift Me Up. I'm lifting myself up in these clouds, ho.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We got to end on this one. Oh, fine ass Lenny Kravitz. This motherfucker, like, he get on my nerves. Like, why he look this good? Why he look this good?
How?
Get on my damn nerves.
I low-key want him and Lisa Bonet to get back together.
I low-key want Lenny Kravitz and Pharrell Williams to get back together.
Back together.
In my mind, though. Leave me alone.
I'm gonna say, we skip a step. Hold on, bitch.
Leave me alone.
What else happened on that Valkyria cruise?
Look.
Yeah. Y'all, I would be MIA still if Lenny Kravitz is on that ship. Honey.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
That's a whole ass man, Maury.
Yeah.
Oof.
But all in all, I think the Oscars I think it was good this year. I want to say I think Jimmy Kimmel did a good job.
I was curious about your opinion about
the amount of times they slid in the whole Will Smith thing, like, oh, it's because Hitch wasn't here. I'm like, y'all need to leave. It was like Dewan reading everybody earlier today. It was a very subtle, but everyone knew. You just lit that shit right up in there.
And then he even ended the telecast with years since the last incident. Put that shit back to one, and that was the end. I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
I thought it was good.
Some people were mad at him for sliding so much of it in, but I was like, of course you gotta talk about this shit. That was the biggest thing for the last year. That's all people talked about. Are you kidding me?
They were literally just talking about it days before because Chris Rock did his special on Netflix about it. So it's I don't want to hear that. Why are we bringing up old news? People are still fucking talking about it. It was on everyone's mind. Yeah.
And so, honestly, what else is he going? Is he going to bring the mood down by talking about goddamn politics? He sure as hell ain't going to talk about anybody in the audience because he don't want to get slapped. So he might as well talk about the one person that ain't there, Will Smith.
A word.
Now, if they do this next year, I'm gonna be pissed. Because if they do this next year,
a bit much.
Yeah.
No, y'all need to get some new material.
This was their one chance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So quickly too, I know we're already at an hour almost. We saw the trailer during the Oscars of The Little Mermaid as well, and we didn't talk about Halle Bailey and her dress. Which hold on, I'll put this up on the screen while we talk about the Little Mermaid trailer.
Looked gorgeous.
She looked like a princess.
She looks like a Disney princess, like a real life Disney princess.
Yes.
And
now here's my thing. I would have loved if she had like a mermaid type dress, something that like had like a tail, like a fish tail. Like I wish she just would have played more into the Ariel fantasy, just because of how much shit she's been giving. she's been getting for
She got a
being the
whole
first one.
season to do it. She might show up at the premiere in a mermaid outfit.
But I'm talking about but this is like Hollywood's biggest stage. It's a missed opportunity, point blank.
See,
I would have.
I wanted her in that. I think that's too
I personally would have loved it. And especially since they also just came out with her Barbie as Ariel, too.
I'd be like, go to Walmart and see me in a mermaid dress.
I would have loved to have seen it personally. That's just me. But this is cute. This is cute.
One of the things that I think that a lot
the hoochie shorts underneath the
shorts underneath. One of the things that I think I really appreciated about this Oscars is that a lot of people took really bold choices when it came to color, and it, for the most part, paid off for almost everyone. Like, this is a very interesting color of seafoam green, seafoam blue, right? Mm-hmm. And done in a very delicate kind of way, but it's still giving you that coverage, but it's still showing her as a full-fledged woman. It just, she looks spectacular, really. I have to imagine that Disney is over the moon thrilled with her. 100%. Over the moon.
Bitch, when she said and they only gave her the Oscar because she showed her titties.
Damn. Damn. I'm still not over that. I'm not over that. That's when we start calling you Bonita.
Yeah.
I love everybody. You just went after everyone. Because then later in the year, that's when you went after everyone at the Met Gala and started calling people coonish.
Mm-hmm. And meant that.
See, we need the aunties on the red carpet. So who we need to call? Community, help us out. Who we need to call? Get us on E.
And the best part about the Met Gala one too was then all of a sudden I started seeing it too, and I was like, oh shit.
It's like,
I can't unsee it. Damn. I thought it was cute, but I was like, damn.
Yeah, he got me with the Met Gala one, but the Halle Berry one on this one, no. Yeah. Halle Berry can act.
Yeah. Like I said,
where?
She was when? She was at least good
Losing
in the
Isaiah. Losing Isaiah was a good one. No. New Jack City. When she was that the one she was the crackhead? Was that New Jack City?
No, not New Jack City. Boomerang, no. Monster, no. Catwoman, no.
Definitely Catwoman.
Catwoman was terrible, yeah.
She was good in that movie when they had her baby.
Let me just say this.
Losing Isaiah one.
That was Losing Isaiah?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That was good.
I like
that. Okay, that's one. Name another one.
The Dorothy Dandridge movie was good.
She was also good, and fuck, what's my the one I love when she's extra ghetto. What's the
Baps?
Baps. I loved her in Baps too.
Baps was dope.
Baps was great.
Baps was great. Well, at least she got some nice titties then. She got the Oscar, damn it.
She did. She got an Oscar for them titties, and that was well deserved.
Oh my God. Made me feel good.
Like, you two, like, everything about your essence is not ghetto and a crackhead. It just, like, you ain't from the hood. You don't talk like I know you're an actress,
she's
but
an actor. You know.
That's what we debating right now, aren't we?
Oh, damn. Damn.
She said it, y'all. And she meant everything about it.
She said, I'm going out 2023 guns blazing.
To be clear, I don't have a beef. I mean, you can't have a beef one-way beef, right? But
right.
Not me. I'm not a barb, so but I don't have a beef with Halle. I think that she is what she's done for the culture. You know what? See, I'm trying to contextualize, but if we gonna go there, we can go there. No, but for real, like, I love the fact that she has had an amazing career, but her acting chops.
You could have just left it at. You didn't have to add the but.
You can edit that out, but I know you're not. So
you're right.
Now there are some people that
Miss Halle Berry. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I love
Right.
you.
Yes. Wish
Damn.
you all the
Same here.
best. All the best. The
Damn.
blessings of the seasons. And
I think Dewan just hated it because of Storm. That's why he hated it. Storm and them bad wigs. That's why he holding a grudge.
Don't even. Now that, I mean,
The wigs got better. The wigs got better.
The wigs did get better. That's true.
But that's also because they got shorter. Let's be honest.
But the acting didn't.
Damn. You know what? Dewan got cold in his stocking this year. Damn.
I got love for a lot of hoes.
She don't even a stocking. She just got straight up cold.
Cold, right?
Not even in the stocking.
They
like
throw that shit at my house.
Front porch.
They just throw that coal right at my house. It's black darts. That's why you missed, because I'm on the 3rd floor. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Somebody clean that shit up later. I ain't got to look at it. Keep throwing.
That's right. Well, on that note, community, we appreciate you.
Yes, we do.
There's so many segments. There's so many segments that y'all even like said, oh, this was it. Go listen to the whole year. Come on now, just run them numbers back up. Appreciate it. Subscribe. Tell your friends. You know what? Give us the gift of holiday by telling 10 other people to subscribe to our YouTube and to also leave us a review, by the way. We need to get our reviews up too as well on like the Apple Podcasts and the Spotify's and things like that. So that's the Christmas gift and the holiday gifts we want. So, but anything else on your hearts and minds?
No, not over here.
Yeah. Well,
Retired.
Wash your hands, wash your legs, wash your ass, especially going to the new year. If you're going to the new year holiday parties, make sure your ass is clean. And we'll see you next year.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
I'm done. I'm so done with you.
It'd be a different story if what I was saying was just nonsense, but there'd be some truth. It might be a nugget, but there'd be some truth in that.
Oh, poor Halle. Damn, how are we gonna go out the year dragging Halle again?
God, what if it trends?
See that one coming.
If it trends.
Did not see that one coming.